talk in my mind would be a loss. My mirror is my best friend. It reinforced the power that's inside of me so I can be a boss. I'm researching on how I can scale my price. I take advice from the people that failed in life.
Now, salute to Brian. Salute to Brian. I seen Max Kellerman give his top 5 scorers of all times, and then he didn't have Brian. So, everybody just has their own definition of all stuff, but I want to kind of recap just about everything you said. The first part about the age thing, that's the GOAT argument is age-based. I say this all the time. The GOAT argument is age-based. This is what I was telling Gook when he was trying to say there was no guys saying Julius Erving was this guy, the GOAT. He doesn't know any 75-year-olds. Like, yo, yes, there is. And it's like, that's a thing. Like my nephew, and then even Dame, up to that age, is Steph Curry fans. My nephew's 16. He's 15. He's a Steph Curry fan. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and we seen all of Kobe. We seen it all. This is why I used to always say it. When people say, I don't like Kobe, I be like, yo, you don't like basketball. He's a basketball player. What is there to not like? And we seen it all. Like, I seen it. I remember him going to the prime with Brandy, and then I remember the 60 points. I seen it all. I remember the Sports Illustrated issue. I remember the very first game I seen LeBron James play on television at St. Mary's High School. The very first time I laid eyes on him. And then I remember last night. We seen it all. Like with Mike, like you said, we never see, this is what I'm saying. We never seen the loser. We never seen the failure. That's what I was just talking about. Like, I just had pulled up an old conversation I had did with Darius. We never seen the failure Mike. All of our memories of Mike is him winning. Him kicking ass. You know what I'm saying? So, like, there was he didn't know how to play defense. This is why when I talk about him defensively, it's a culture shock to people because y'all don't remember it. We don't remember it. Like, this is what I said. Like, when you said you was 14, a lot of your memory of the certain stuff is 14 still. That's why I be like, yo, watch it. Go back and watch this dude. Like, yo, watch. So, like, I understand everything you were saying about the age-based and, like, a 32, like, arguing with people who never seen it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense. However, and, hold on, wait. Emmitt Smith is the greatest running back who ever lived. I say it all the time. I'm an Emmitt Smith fan. I'm probably one of the bigger ones. I'm an Emmitt Smith fan. I don't think that anybody can even argue it because the only thing they ever say is if. Like, Emmitt Smith is the only person that has a what-if argument. Emmitt Smith is the only person that's so fucking great that you want me to take my jersey off and give it to another nigga so you can prove that he was as great as me. Nobody has ever got that liberty. Nobody ever be like, if Clyde Drexler played for the Bulls, if Allen Iverson played for the Lakers, nobody ever says it. Emmett is the only nigga that has to take his jersey off and let a nigga win because he was a loser. And you want to compare him to me. So I got to give this nigga my ships. As an Emmett fan, I hate niggas. I don't even understand it. And then because it'd be the same niggas that's Jordan fans and it turn right around and throw 6 ships all in my face. As an Emmett fan, I never want to talk to people. I hate niggas. It is the weakest argument. Like, the argument against Emmett is the weakest thing that niggas have. It's the worst argument in sports. If he had his line, like, yo, if I just slapped you, then you'll be slapped. What are we saying? We can just make up a lot of ifs. And it's all stupid to try to discredit a nigga. Now, as far as, I'm not taking nobody over LeBron. I swear to God, I don't care, Chris. I'm not doing it. Not for a game, not for a series, Definitely not for a game. You can cut that shit out. For a series, I'm not taking nobody over LeBron. I'm not taking nobody over LeBron trying to win no damn shit. I'm not doing it, bro. No. I'm not taking Michael. I'm not taking nobody, yo. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. So, I couldn't do my top 5 based off a game because I look at playing the game differently than the shit listen, okay, I'm gonna give you the perfect example. I would not respect anybody's basketball opinion if it's 2 players left. We need a center. Like, we about to play. Listen. Our life is on the line. Like, if we lose this game, it's over. We're dead. And it's a center. We need a center. And sitting over there left to pick. You're the captain of the team. I'm glad you watch it, Chris. You're the captain of the team. We playing for our life. Literally, we playing for our life. We need a center. You're about to pick a player. It's 2 players left. It's Bill Russell and it's Hakeem Olajuwon. I'm going to be looking at you like you crazy if you don't pick Dream. Like, yo, what the, dog? You just picked Bill Russell, bro? What the fuck, man? Yo, Chris, why you ain't pick? So resume-wise, you do that. And then let me say you another thing. I'm not taking Kareem over Shaq. Not if we about to get out on the court. You got me messed up. No. If we're about to play, no. No. I'm not taking Kareem over Shaq. You got me messed up. Dog, you're 245 pounds. You better get okay? You know what's about to happen to you, right? You're going to be on the bench because he's about to put you into the second row, dunking on your head. You're not going to be able to contend with him. You're going to cry to the refs. You're going to be on the bench real fast. All your jump hooking is going to be over there. So, like, I can't go with I look at my top 5 as the people that I would pick because the people that I would pick to play is different than how I look at resumes. Because Shaq is not over Kareem in any way, shape, form, or fashion of greatness. But if we getting out there to play, I got the diesel. And I barely respect Bill Russell as a basketball player. I swear to God, I watched him play. I don't put him over nobody that I think is good as a player. I respect his rings. I respect him winning. If I need somebody to hoop, I'm not picking him, yo. It's so many people that I would pick over him. Like, he would just have to teach me a lesson. Fuck it, I'm out here with David West over him. I'm not doing it. I can't. I cannot pick him. I don't respect him. I respect his greatness and the championships and shit. But as a player, like player for skill-wise, Now, you said something interesting at the end because I didn't even really know how to answer you. When you said, like, what is the GOAT? I don't even know. It's an argument they made up for Michael Jordan. That's why nobody can ever win it. Because it came with Jordan. Like, listen, I tell you when Brian said what he said about the 2016 finals, right? I disagreed with him, but I understood why he said it. Because that ring has the highest degree of difficulty on it. Like, everybody got rings, but that one was the hardest one to win. So him being the best player there, like, yo, that made me the GOAT. It's not true, but he said it, and I understand why he meant it. Now, Chris Webber, after that interview, Chris Webber said, I never heard the GOAT call himself the GOAT. And I immediately started thinking of Muhammad Ali, and it pissed me off. Like, yo, what? You never heard the GOAT call himself the GOAT? Yo, you being disrespectful now. So now you taking the GOAT title and just using it however the hell you want to. So when I think of the GOAT, I kind of think of Muhammad Ali over everything else, I guess. Because that comment pissed me off. I knew fully what he was saying, but I felt disrespected for Muhammad because you definitely heard the GOAT call himself the GOAT, and you wouldn't even be using this title had it not been for Muhammad saying I'm the GOAT. So therefore, maybe you got to have the confidence to say it or else you ain't. So if we go off that, Michael might have to get on camera and start being as cocky as he is. He's cocky, but he be trying to be nice about it. Oh, I never played against shut up, Michael. Say you're better than Jerry fucking West. Talking about I never played against Jerry West. So what? You would have cooked him. We know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. So why you even bring him up? Stupid. Just say you're the GOAT. People would respect if Mike said that, right? He doesn't have to be humble. Nobody's humble for him. Hell no. So he doesn't have to be. Nobody would get and drag Mike if he said he was the GOAT. People will be like, finally, we've been dragged. We can finally now just play you. We don't have to argue no more. Now niggas should shut up. But I would still argue. Everybody would. But the point is, Brown is the GOAT. Like he is. He has to be. At this point in the game, he's got to be the greatest player who ever lived. Like, it's like, okay, you said he's the most versatile player. That's what makes him the GOAT. I promise. Like, okay, you look at it like this. There's people who are better scorers than him. Like, I almost couldn't even disagree with Max Kellerman's list. But everybody that he named, listen, what's my man's name? I forget the name. Damn. Keyshawn Johnson dragged him, though, because he said that LeBron is easier. He gets his points easier to the basket. But then he had three bigs over him. He like, yo, what are you trying to, why do you have Wilt Chamberlain and these guys over him when you're trying to say that? Like, you had Kareem and you had, he had Kareem and he had Wilt over Bron as scorers, which how can you argue that for real? You know what I'm saying? But his point was that Bron scores easy to the basket. And it's like, yo, okay. And he was like, yo, it's easier for Wilt to get those shots and harder for Bron to get them. All right, cool. So the fact that he's getting them, you're not giving them the credit for him. His list, and listen, I'm show you, the list is hard to argue with. He said Michael, Wilt, KD, Kareem, and goddamn, who's the fifth person I just said? Michael, KD, Kareem, and Kobe. Them was the five people that he said was better scorers than Bron. They kind of are. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, when I was listening to the list, I'm like, yo, I want to argue this, but how? You know what I'm saying? Like, how? Who do I say that? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Max Kellerman kind of has a point a little bit. But when you add everything else he does, he has an element to his game that none of them other dudes have. Like, you take those dudes, and then he's better than them at a lot of different shit if you just stick them on the court and want to win a ship. Especially KD. Like, yo, okay, yeah, you score better than Bron. You do. I have to give you that. But you're not a better anything else. I would rather him have the ball in his hands than you. I don't give a fuck if you about to score. He is too. And he gonna make something else happen with that bitch. Like, I don't trust you like I trust him. So like, as far as the GOAT, it's just whatever people want it to be. I swear. That's why the argument continues, because it's gonna continue, because people have their own view. Most people should know you're never gonna convince a Jordan fan of shit. You're never gonna do it. When I argue with Jordan fans, I just be doing it for fun. That's why I pick on the people he played against. I never really disrespect Michael for real. I disrespect his defense. Him, I don't really disrespect him. I disrespect the niggas he played against. I don't really talk about him. What's the point? It's not going to fucking matter. It's never going to change anybody's mind. You're never going to tell a Jordan fan, a Jordan fan going to wake up like, you know what? I was tripping all these years. Bron is the GOAT. Kobe's the GOAT. Yeah, right. Nobody's going to do that shit. So, like, I just argue to argue. It's like battle rap. Niggas don't care. They're never going to change their opinion. You argue in a bar. Oh, he said this and that. Okay, yeah, you're right. That bar was whack. He lost. Nobody's ever going to say that. Niggas just argue to argue. So the GOAT is whatever you need it to be to argue your point. Niggas think Kobe's the GOAT. Niggas think Steph Curry's the GOAT. They didn't think Steph Curry's the greatest player to ever live. Straight up. He really thinks Steph Curry's the greatest player to ever live. And that's his own fucking brain. He's got all these analytics and dumb shit made up to go with it. So the GOAT is whatever you need to solidify your argument. I promise. Because it is people who think Kareem is the GOAT. You said before he took this record, it wasn't people saying Kareem was the GOAT. Yes, it was. Yes, the hell it was. So, like, yeah, it was. So Jordan fans say it. Bron fans say it. Kareem fans say it. Kobe fans say it. Allen Iverson fans say it. They just don't have a leg to stand on. They sound like Barry fans. But, so I don't know what the GOAT is. I'm going to be honest with you. It's whatever the hell you need it to be to win your argument. It's 6-0. It's, I dominated the whole shit. 10 finals, all the records in the world. It's the greatest shooter of all time. It's whoever your favorite player is. You tell me who your favorite player is, and I'll tell you what the GOAT is. For real. It's whatever you need it to be to win your argument. I promise. Because I heard Chris Webber say, I never heard the GOAT call himself the GOAT. And I wanted to, like, I wish Muhammad Ali could, like, superimpose himself to the ring and to the room and just clocked him one time. And not even hard enough to knock him out. You got to know what just happened. Like, yo, you said some dumb shit, and literally Ali popped up and popped you in the fucking mouth. You want your fade? You want me to call him back? You want me to bring him back in here? Because we will get him back. Because he did that shit for a reason. He was being disrespectful to the GOAT title when he stole on your bitch ass. So you want to fight? We can get him in here. So, like, the GOAT is whatever you need it to be. I promise. But I need it to be LeBron today. It's all-time leading scorer. It's nobody's better than this nigga, dog. I don't care. So the GOAT is what I need. It's all-time leading scorer. And 4 championships. And still, listen. Y'all remember when I said this shit as a troll? People were saying who is the greatest Laker of all times, and I was saying LeBron James. I said he's going to retire. This was before he was a Laker. I said he's going to retire with more points than Kobe and more assists than Magic. He's the greatest Laker of all times. Now I can add Kareem in there. So LeBron is the greatest Laker of all times because he has more points than Kareem and Kobe, and he has more assists than Magic, and them is the greatest Lakers, and he outdid all them niggas. So I don't care if he played for the Lakers for 30 fucking seconds. He has now become the greatest Laker who ever lived. They never should have let him put the jersey on. So now LeBron is the greatest Laker who ever lived. Fuck all of y'all. Sorry, Kobe. No disrespect. I'm just disrespecting his fans. Fuck Tobias. Fuck whatever this nigga, what's the name is now, because he changes it every day. Vince Staples or Vince, whoever the fuck. Fuck all of y'all. Bron is the greatest Laker who ever lived. So not only is he the GOAT player, he's the GOAT Laker, he's the GOAT Heat, he's the GOAT Cavs, he's the GOAT St. Mary's, he's the GOAT fucking wide receiver of football just because he played it for 2 years. I don't care. He's the GOAT of everything he's ever done. He's the GOAT actor. Didn't he get a Grammy? Does any nigga with one movie and a Grammy? Get your stats up. I don't care if somebody got more. They did 100 movies. This nigga got 2 movies and a Grammy. So he's the GOAT actor, damn it. Anything else he ever done? Wasn't he on Dancing with the Stars or some shit? Didn't he do that commercial dancing? That nigga's the GOAT dancer. Fuck Michael Jackson, damn it. So the GOAT is whatever you need it to be. To argue. It's just an argue. The GOAT is an argue point. And it's never going to get settled. Jordan fans don't give a fuck when nobody's on. This is why I hate these niggas. I would respect Jordan fans if they were more arrogant and less argumentative. Dismiss me. Tell me shut the fuck up, dub. All that shit niggas do anyway. I would respect that instead of trying to discredit niggas. I don't have to discredit niggas under Bron. I don't have to discredit Melo. I don't have to discredit these niggas. Fuck these niggas. They're not better than Bron. Suck a dick. That's how I'd say it. But y'all niggas want to, he did this in the finals and he, bring up stats and shit. I don't care. Dismiss it. Say shut up. I would respect shut up more than all this analytic shit. Even when Chris, and I knew it, I went to the comments to like punish myself. When you put that shit as when Bron had more 50-point games than single-point games. I'm like, yo, didn't Jordan? I wonder how many he had. And I'm like, yo, I bet you his fans are going to tell me. And what do I go to the comments and see? Jordan fans all through the analytics majors hating on Bron, though. Okay, damn, he did it too. You don't have to hate that Bron did it. Goddamn. Fuck. Because y'all make people hate Jordan. For real, that's what it is. And this is what y'all fail to realize. The people who hated Jordan and him when he was playing didn't have a voice. It's a lot of Knicks fans. It's a lot of people who hated these niggas. It's a lot of people who thought Phil Jackson was a crybaby bitch always lobbying to the refs. But there was no social media. So people never got to hate on Jordan. They just had to watch him win and shut the fuck up. Nobody got to call him a loser when he was actually losing. Nobody got to downplay him winning. Nobody got to do any of this shit. That's why it's funny that Skip Bayless covered the Bulls. Because Michael Jordan literally had Skip Bayless, but he never had a Skip Bayless. He never had somebody that was a fan of somebody else to wake up every day and downplay the shit he did. On the day he won his 10th scoring title, he did not have a motherfucker with a national platform to wake up and say, is he going to pass Kareem in scoring? No, I don't think so. Guess what? The hater ass would have been right. And then when Jordan retired in 98, the hater would have been like, he's quitting again. Like, all of this shit he did, it was nobody to rub that shit in and twist the knife. People never got to hate on Jordan. That's why I joined the slander. Fuck y'all. We about to start 23 more days. Just because Bron just passed the shit and Jordan fans was the main ones hating the whole time. So now we about to get 23 more days of slander going on this nigga. Because y'all are haters. And people never got to do it. Twist the knife on this nigga. You quit. You quit again. You lied. You did all this shit. You hated on Pippen. You took money when you couldn't get, like, none of this shit. He never been held accountable. Never. So, I don't care if you take Michael Jordan. Take him. I want him to play in this era so he can get drugged through social media. For real, this is what he needs. This is what he needed with his life. He would be less arrogant if people could drag him. They never could. They can now. And people still try to defend him. Fuck that. Let him get drugged. It's too late. He's already a fucking billionaire with 6 rings. It doesn't matter anymore. People are just hating from the outside the club and can't get in now. Who cares? Let us hate. But the point is, Bron's the GOAT. And Jordan fans are just salty about it. They have a case, but the case is closed. Bron is the greatest player to ever live. Sorry. Give a fuck what you say. Don't care. But it's unfair. This is the last thing I'm going to say. This is the last thing I'm going to say about this argument. It's literally unfair to both parties. It's unfair to both parties to compare them. It's unfair to Jordan to compare LeBron to him for multiple reasons. And I'll list a couple. I'll be fair about the shit. It's unfair to compare Bron to Jordan aside from the 6 rings and shit, right? Okay, we'll get to that. 6 rings. I was 6-0 and I never lost any of that. Okay, cool, boom. I also am literally like a cultural icon. You're not. You're not, bro. You are, but like, you're assisted by social media. You have like a push. Like, everybody's a cultural icon now. Like, motherfucking, what's that? I don't even know if it's trans or what the fuck ever. Shamar is a goddamn cultural icon now. Lizzo's a cultural icon. Anybody can be a cultural icon now. So yeah, you are, but I was one before social media. I was going viral when there wasn't even shit to look at, nigga. So you ain't me, okay? And matter of fact, if there was no me, there couldn't even be a you. So nigga, you not me. I got the greatest shoe to ever come out. And my fans will tell your fans anytime you think you can compare to me. So nigga, it's just unfair. And it's unfair because the argument was already over for a lot of people before it even started. You can't convince a nigga. It's a lot of people who you could never convince this shit, right? So it's unfair, right? Here's why it's unfair to Bron. Because this nigga's the greatest player that I've ever seen. I've seen Jordan. And Bron's better than him. I don't give a fuck what nobody's talking about. I don't care. I don't care. Don't care. Get a rebound. Get an assist. Get some points. Block a shot. Get some steals. You're not better than me. Fuck what you talking about. I'm you and Scottie Pippen. I'm all of you niggas put together. Everybody that you say is better than him, it's another nigga on the team that Bron was filling in that role too. You say all these niggas, oh, Kobe is better than Bron. No, Kobe is Derek Fisher and Kobe. LeBron is Derek Fisher and Kobe. He's the facilitator and playmaker that Kobe wasn't. And he's Shaq too. Whenever the fuck he needs to be. Whenever you have to be Shaq, this nigga's Shaq too. So I can't listen to you niggas. I'm not, you Jordan fans. Okay, yeah, Mike better than him. But guess what? I'm Mike and Scotty and Rodman, bitch. I'm all 3 of these niggas. I'm your whole fucking big 3. I'm all of it. I'm getting the steal. And I'm getting the block that Scotty would get. And I'm hitting the shot that you would hit. I'm doing all of this shit every time, nigga. You not. And I'm Randy Brown. I'm all of these niggas. So you're not me. None of you niggas are me. So when you say he's the most versatile, that's just a wordplay, word salad way to say he's the greatest player to ever live. What is versatility? That means I can do everything. But we're only doing one thing. We're playing basketball. So if I'm the most versatile basketball player, that means I'm the best. It means that when I'm actually the best. Like, there's a lot of niggas who are versatile, but that means they're the best. I'm not saying Jamal Mashburn's the best. He was versatile. But Brown is the best. Like, this nigga's versatile and he's the best. So you can stick a nigga in front of him, but they're not going to be as good as him. I promise you that. There's going to be something that he does better than a nigga. So when you say you're taking Michael, you're not taking Michael. You're taking the thought of Michael. You're taking Phil Jackson, Scottie Pippen, the Bulls, the niggas that he's playing against, his situations. You're taking everything. You're not just taking Michael in a vacuum. You're not doing that. You're not doing that, bro. You're not saying, oh, no, we could replay the 2015 finals and take Bron out and then put Michael in and then they'd win. No. No, they won't. Nah, the fuck they won't. Maybe you could say that for, if you do it with the Dallas. But yeah, it's fucking 10 people I could put in that bitch. If Bron's just gonna fucking beat Brown the bullshit and they lose and don't play no fucking defense, yeah, it's 15 niggas I could put in this place right then. So if you want to use the Dallas, yeah, it's 20 niggas I could put in there. Jaylen Brown would have won that shit. Who cares? You got that. You have that. That's an L. But other than that, nope. You can't just stick a nigga in Brown's place and then Brown's not going to be better than that. I've never really seen anybody outplay him by themselves. It's always a combination of some shit. It's not one person to just outdo Brown, bro. Like, even when they lost, the nigga had more points, rebounds, assists than anybody. And then when they won, he had more points, rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals than anybody. I figure, okay, listen, in 15, he had more points, rebounds, and assists than anybody, right? But then in 16, when they won, he had more points, rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals. He like, okay, it takes defense to win championships. I already got the points, rebounds, assists on you niggas. Now I got to get the steals and the blocks too. And then I got to end it with the game-winning block to block some shit to end it. Jordan not fucking with that nigga, bro. I don't care. Jordan, okay, it's unfair. I'm not going to say that no more. I take it back. I apologize. It's unfair to say because the niggas that Jordan played against was not fucking with him so much that it's hard to say that he's not fucking with nigga because you ain't never seen anybody that can. But he never played anybody that can. That's the only problem that I have with niggas. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, the first taste he got of what the fuck would he be dealing with was Allen Iverson. Like, Allen Iverson is every night now. What you think what Kyrie would be? If he got that one play out of Ivo, what Kyrie would do? What would he look like guarding Kyrie? Huh? Michael on Kyrie, what it look like? Michael on Steph, what does it look like? Michael on Dame, what does it look like? Michael on Drew goddamn Holiday, what does it look like? The same thing it look like a Michael on Rod Strickland. And Michael on goddamn Rex Chapman. He couldn't guard little players. So if you stick him with these niggas now, it's going to be different. It's going to be trying to reach. It's going to be looking like this again. Try to tell you. So Michael is unfuckwittable from a argument standpoint because we never seen him touched. So it's hard to win an argument with him, against him, because it's no point of contention. But I say this. I think he played against a bunch of weak-ass people. If you listen to him talk, he's the evidence of it. He said that listen, them niggas that be talking about toughness is weak. They always sound like hoes when it comes to Michael. Michael said it himself, yo. The niggas who talked about Michael, the nigga from Michael's era was scared of him. Oh, you knew not to talk trash to Michael. You knew not to piss Michael off. Oh, Michael, if you made Michael mad, Michael was gonna kill you. That's all we hear, right? Killer instinct, Michael this, that. Michael was the big bad goddamn wolf. Okay, we know. But if you listen to Michael talk, them is niggas talking about Michael. Okay, let's put the microphone in Michael's face now. Okay, he said the Celtics talk more trash to me than any team I ever faced. He is 0-9 versus them niggas. So that means the people that wasn't scared of him had smoke for him. These niggas were scared. So, like, you're a bitch. Talk to him. Listen, if you make him mad and he go off, he was going to go off anyway. So you might as well make him mad. Fuck it. Just talk shit to him. What else is going to happen? You're going to get some points scored? And you're going to lose? Well, you was going to do that anyway, nigga. I just heard Steve Smith say, oh, you knew Michael, when Michael was coming to town, if you went to bed at 11 o'clock, you went to bed at 9 the night before that. Guess what? You got your ass busted 2 hours before your bedtime, the day before the game. Because your bitch ass went to bed scared of this nigga. Like a little ass kid on bedtime. It's no way you was going to wake up with the confidence to bust his ass if he made you go to bed, nigga. How you going to wake up like, oh yeah, yup, I got him now. That extra 2 hours, yeah, we good. Bitch, you were so tired, you were so scared of this nigga, you went to sleep. He is about to bust your ass tomorrow. Scary ass nigga. And that's why Steve Smith has no championships. Because he was a scary ass nigga. So that's the type of niggas Michael was playing against. These niggas now are so high-headed and dumb, they won't know the fear. They won't be scared because they're too stupid to be scared. So, like, no. I would not, for one game or one series, take Brian over, or Michael over Brian, or would take anybody over Brian. Nope. And if you want to beat me, you're going to have one of the best teams of all times. That's what y'all fail to realize about Brian. This nigga was playing against the best of the best. Like, what are we saying? The Spurs are literally the winningest team in NBA history. Literally. Literally. Okay? And they have the highest winning percentage. Literally. Okay? And the Warriors, in a 4-year span, won more games than any team in the history of basketball. And Brian played them all 4 years. That means he has 7 championships versus the most wins ever. If we really want to boil it down. Like, technically. Like, if we just, like, had to do it like that. He has 7 finals appearances versus the most wins ever. And you mad at him for winning 2 of them. He wasn't supposed to win none of them bitches. First of all, because he wasn't supposed to get the one versus the Spurs that he got, and he definitely wasn't supposed to get the one versus the Warriors. So y'all talking about 4 and 6, it's supposed to be 2 and 8. Because he was playing against the best possible competition that he could possibly play against, and they were supposed to whoop his ass. Michael never had nobody that was supposed to whoop his ass. And when he had it, they did. Boston was supposed to whoop his ass. Guess what? They whooped his ass. None of them teams he faced was supposed to whoop his ass. And they didn't. So if Brian had all these bubble championship contenders, oh, it's a bubble ring, it don't count because it wasn't no championship, there wasn't no comp. Well, who was supposed to beat them? Clippers? Them niggas lost. That's they bad. So if I'm not facing people that's not supposed to beat me, I'm not going to lose. I'm not going to discredit Michael for that, but that's why I discredit the niggas that he played against. Them niggas with some fucking bums. I don't care what y'all talking about. That's not everybody. I'm not saying Gary Payton's a bum and the power forward dude, Utah, he's not a bum. But Howard Isley is. Gary Payton's backup is. The niggas on the bench is. Adam Keefe is. Greg Ostertag is. Niggas he was playing against are bums. So don't try to get the best niggas you could possibly get that he was playing against. Don't ask me about Drexler. Let's ask about Buck fucking Williams. Bum. So come on now. So I can't do it. I know that Brian was going against better competition than Mike. So I'm not about to say he was losing to niggas. When I know the people that Michael was facing would get their ass whooped by the people Brown was facing. And I'm not going to say that they would beat the Bulls too, because that just comes back to our original, what is the GOAT? It's whatever the fuck you need it to be. The Bulls never lost. So if I say the Warriors have beat the shit out of them too, people can't fathom that, even though they really would. But it's an argument, because like, why would they beat them? They never lost. So you can't fathom it. It's a nigga that never lost. It's like saying Pernell Whitaker could beat Floyd. In your head, maybe he could, but no the fuck he can't, right? He can't, because you never seen it. So in your head, it can't happen. But the Warriors will whoop that ass. So I'm not about to do it. So Chris, I agree with a lot of your points, but I could never do a top. My top 5 is not the people who I would stick on the court to play. Because I would have Shaq. Because if that's the case, Shaquille O'Neal is in my top 5 over Kareem. Because if you gave me 2 picks, listen, if that's the case, listen, first of all, Bill Russell isn't even the top 50 player if you making me pick people. Because I would never put him on the court. In any selection process, there's always going to be a big I'll pick over him. You couldn't even give me another choice. I would always find a reason to pick the fucking other dude. I swear to God, unless it's like some dumb Luke Longley. Maybe I'll pick Luke Longley. I don't. It's no scenario where I would want Bill Russell over somebody else I could get. But he's Bill Russell, right? So, nope. But I get it. Damn near for every other position, that's cool. But for the center spot, nope. 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 That's the one. I was listening because when you did it, I'm like, okay, I can rock with that. But then when I got to the center, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Nah, because that's a mismatch. And I would not put myself in that position. And then I definitely would kick Bill Russell out the whole fucking gym. You're not playing, bro. You got next or something. You'll never get on the court if I got to pick you. No, I take Lewis. Listen, I swear to God on the Holy Bible, if we was playing right now, I would pick Louis Scola over Bill Russell. I promise. I'm not joking at all. I'm not playing. He's a better player too. So like, but for his era, look the fuck he dominated. So it's unfair to say, but it's really like if we putting people on the court, I got to go with what I think is gonna. I don't trust Bill Russell as a player. I don't think he's that good. I never seen him be good for real. Like even when I look at the numbers, like. It's amazing. I think he had pictures of somebody here like blackmail. I don't know how he escaped racism. How doesn't John Havlicek have all these finals of it? Like he should be the person that they praise as the GOAT. He was the best player on their team like 8 times. And he was white in the 60s. How didn't he get the credit? It's crazy. Like for real, like, yo, how did you escape this, Bill? He had some pictures of somebody like, oh, if you tell. If you call me a nigga, I don't know what happened, but either way, it's amazing that he even gets the credit he gets. He's overrated, far overrated. So I would never put him on the court. So I don't know what the GOAT argument is, but I answered your question. It's whatever you need it to be to win an argument. If you're a Jordan fan, it's 6-0 and 10 scoring titles. If you're a Brown fan, it's every record in the goddamn record book. I heard Julius Erving make a case for himself as the GOAT. He said he was the most innovative player in the league history. He said the high flying, above the rim, all of that, you got that from him. And he was making a case for himself. So the GOAT argument is whatever you need it to be, bro. I swear to God it is. Ask Dame. He'll give you a different answer. He'll start talking about true shooting percentage and all this stupid shit. So my answer is whatever you need the GOAT argument to be, bro. Whoever your GOAT is, we'll tailor your argument to fit your GOAT. And that's what your GOAT argument is. At this point in time, I got Bron, and I have a lot to tailor my argument, a whole lot. And I got rebuttals for all the shit you try to counter with. So, yeah, Bron is the greatest player of all time. He got to be. If he's not, then it's just you're being biased. Well, everybody knows this. That's okay. See, this was one of them things. Like, people just need to admit they're being biased. People be acting like they're being fair. You're being biased, and it's okay. Especially Jordan fans. I wouldn't even listen to a nigga say he's not being biased. It's biased Jordan. What the fuck? Like, okay, you're being biased. It's all right. It's okay that you're being biased. Say it. You can admit it. I'm being biased. Like I said to Mark, he asked me the question when I said the Eagles was going to lose. He like, yo, why are you asking me that? I'm like, yo, it's okay that you being an Eagles fan. He like, I'm not. I'm like, yo, yes, you are. Bro. Even if you're an Eagles fan, so even if you're not, you are. You're asking me a question. So you're being an Eagles fan right now. Don't try to act like you're not. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? So the GOAT argument is whatever you need it to be, bro. And I need